I think the number one goal is community. I think it's super important that we've got a lot of like-minded individuals. You know, for a long time they didn't always feel comfortable in their own skin, or they were out in mainstream culture and people made fun of them. And I think cons gave them a place to come together and feel accepted and see the value in each other. And I think as this grew, we love the fact that we have 600 exhibitors, and most of them are relatively small companies. It's their opportunity to get out and meet the fans. And we love the big companies too. Bandai came for the first time this year. We had a big Bandai thing in the South Hall and a big Gundam thing in the West Hall, and that's great too, because that's the fount of creative culture in Southern California. It's one of the great things about having so many of those companies here. So yeah, I think having community and having the ability, I always joke about our show that it's kind of like Nerd Black Friday, that if you have a nerd in your life that you love, you will never find any place to go to shop for them that's better than this. Well, I want to thank RespectMusicTV for coming here, and I don't know if you were here last night, but we're starting to try and incorporate a lot more music into the event. And when I look at Los Angeles, because it's such an important center for music in the country, I want to see us do more and more of that. I mean, K-Rock brought in a couple of bands last night that played a few songs, but ultimately I would like to see a pop culture festival that's at the convention center that spills out over into LA Live, that has music in the streets, and that that respects and recognizes the crossover between the creativity involved in music, in art, in comics, in creation. And so I want to thank Respect for being here, because music is the rhythm of our soul, and I think for creators, it's super important that we make that a part of this. And so that idea of intellectual property, it belongs to the people that created it, whether it's music, it's art, whatever it is. And I think my hope is with things like the blockchain and technology as it goes forward, that it really allows us to connect the knowledge of that ownership to the creativity, not just for the first transaction, but as it moves around and other people buy it, the artist should be able to benefit from that. And so I'm a huge believer that artists have the right, not only the right to own their own stuff, but that right needs to be acknowledged by everybody, and you can't abuse that, and we have to recognize and respect that.